welcome back to Car Auto Tune-Up, the channel where we bring you in-depth reviews, expert takes, and the latest news from the automotive world. Today, we're taking a close and detailed look at something unexpected, something bold. That's right, it's the all-new 2026 Range Rover Sedan, a name that's been synonymous with luxury SUVs for decades. Now breaking into the executive sedan segment, Land Rover, known for its iconic off-roaders and upscale family movers, has decided to blend this unmistakable British luxury with the sleek elegance and performance of a full-size premium sedan. And let us tell you, this is not just a rebadged concept, it's a game-changer. Starting with the exterior, the 2026 Range Rover Sedan doesn't shy away from making a grand first impression. From the front, it's every bit as bold and regal as its SUV siblings. The grille is wide and imposing, inspired by the Range Rover Velar's flush elegance but with sharper, more athletic lines. The signature matrix LED headlights are slimmer, sleeker, and extend deep into the fenders, giving the car a futuristic presence. The front fascia is tastefully aggressive with a clean lower air intake and subtle silver accents around the edges. The hood carries the traditional Range Rover flat surface but with sculpted detailing that adds a sense of performance without overstepping into sports car territory. This car doesn't scream for attention, it turns it with grace. Move to the side, and you'll notice how different this car really is. The Range Rover Sedan stretches long and low, with a silhouette that rivals the likes of the BMW 7 Series and Mercedes S-Class. A long wheelbase emphasizes rear seat luxury, and yet the proportions are masterfully balanced. The beltline is high, the windows are framed in brushed aluminum, and the door handles sit flush until activated AS, just like on the Velar and Evoque. The 21 and 22-inch alloy wheel options come in dynamic multi-spoke designs, all optimized for both aesthetics and aerodynamics. A subtle crease runs from the front fender to the rear taillight, giving the body a strong yet sophisticated character. There's a nice play of light and shadow along the door panels, highlighting the fine craftsmanship and tight tolerances of the bodywork. Now round back, you'll notice a completely new interpretation of what a Range Rover tail should look like on a sedan. The vertical taillights seen on the SUVs have been flattened into a sleek LED strip that stretches across the rear fascia. The Range Rover script is proudly displayed beneath the glowing line, and the power trunk lid has a neatly integrated spoiler lip for a bit of sporty flair. Below that, you get a clean rear bumper design with hidden exhaust outlets and a black diffuser-style accent. There are no fake vents here, just minimalist British design done right. The rear end is elegant, mature, and most importantly, it still feels like a Range Rover despite the drastic change in form factor. Step inside, and the magic continues. The interior of the 2026 Range Rover Sedan might just be the most luxurious in its class. The moment you open the soft closed doors, you're greeted with an aroma of fine leather, natural wood, and brushed aluminum accents. The seating layout is clearly geared toward comfort, with available executive-class rear seats that offer massage, heating, cooling, and full recline functions. The front seats are equally plush, with deep cushioning and an impressive range of adjustment. The dashboard is a showcase of modern British craftsmanship. You get a 13.1-inch curved Pivi Pro touchscreen at the center, featuring the latest interface that's as intuitive as it is responsive. Below that, a floating center console houses a touch panel with rotary dials for climate control and seat settings. The gear selector is a compact electronic toggle, surrounded by knurled aluminum trim. It's all very Range Rover, yet adapted for the sedan format. Materials throughout the cabin are top tier. You can choose from Windsor leather, Kvadrat wool blend, or even sustainable Ultra fabrics for a more eco-conscious feel. Open pore walnut, gloss black, or carbon fiber trims are available, depending on whether you're leaning toward executive elegance or performance luxury. The steering wheel is thick-rimmed with haptic controls and real metal trim, and the digital instrument cluster behind it is fully customizable. Rear seat passengers are truly pampered. In the long wheelbase version, there's nearly limousine-level legroom, optional twin 11.4-inch rear entertainment screens, powered window blinds, a refrigerated console, and ambient lighting with 30 color settings make this space feel more like a first-class cabin than a car. Acoustic glass, active noise cancellation through the Meridian signature audio system, and air purification technology all work together to create an oasis-like environment inside. Under the hood now, let's talk performance. Land Rover didn't just build a pretty sedan, they gave it serious hardware. The 2026 Range Rover Sedan is offered in several powertrains. The base model uses a turbocharged 3.0-liter inline-six with mild hybrid tech, producing 395 horsepower and 406 pounds-feet of torque. This setup is smooth, responsive, and surprisingly efficient for a car of this size. Next up, you have a 4.4-liter twin-turbocharged V8 borrowed from BMW, delivering a mighty 523 horsepower and 553 pounds-feet of torque, launching this luxury cruiser from 0 to 60 in just 4.3 seconds. And yes, An all-electric version is on the horizon, expected later in the model year. The EV variant will use Land Rover's new modular longitudinal architecture (MLA) platform, offering around 400 miles of range and dual motors for all-wheel drive. But even the gasoline versions use a sophisticated AWD system with terrain response and adaptive suspension that adjusts in real time based on road conditions and driving style. This might be a sedan, but it's still a Range Rover under the skin, capable, refined, and built to handle poor roads or winter conditions with ease. On the road, the sedan handles with surprising poise. The ride quality is buttery smooth thanks to air suspension, and the steering is light but accurate. It's not trying to be a sports sedan, but it manages its weight beautifully. It cruises effortlessly at high speeds, with minimal road or wind noise. Whether you're behind the wheel or relaxing in the back, the experience is sublime. Cornering feels confident due to rear-wheel steering and active roll control, and the brakes offer a firm, progressive feel that adds to the car's sense of control. Fuel economy for the six-cylinder sits around 24 miles per gallon combined, while the V8 dips closer to 18 mpg. But again, those are acceptable figures given the performance and size. The EV, once available, will obviously outshine them both in efficiency. Pricing for the 2026 Range Rover Sedan starts at around $106,000 for the base A trim with the 6-cylinder engine. Move up to the HSE and you're looking at $118,000. The autobiography trim with the V8 begins at $142,000, while the top-tier SV version is loaded with exclusive features, special paint finishes, and bespoke interior options can push well beyond $165,000. The upcoming all-electric model is expected to slot between $130,000 and $150,000, depending on battery size and features. These are ultra-premium figures, but in line with what you'd pay for a Mercedes S-Class, Audi A8, or BMW 7 Series. And remember, this car also carries the Range Rover name, a symbol of prestige in its own right. So, what's the verdict? The 2026 Range Rover Sedan is a bold move for Land Rover, but one that makes perfect sense. With SUVs dominating the luxury segment, going against the grain with a high-end sedan is both refreshing and gutsy. And they didn't just build a sedan for the sake of it, they built a true flagship that embodies everything Range Rover stands for: refinement, capability, and unmistakable presence. It doesn't just challenge the established players in the luxury sedan market, it redefines what a full-size executive car can be. With timeless design, cutting-edge tech, and uncompromising comfort, this is more than just a Range Rover with a lower stance. It's a statement, one that tells the world luxury sedans are not dead, they're just evolving. Thanks for tuning in to Car Auto Tune-Up. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 2026 Range Rover Sedan, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more detailed reviews, and leave a comment telling us what you think of this bold new direction for the brand. Would you choose this over a BMW 7 Series or an electric Lucid? Let us know. Until next time, drive safe, stay sharp, and keep your engines tuned.